Well done, you got a new top score. You got 49 kills in a match. That was in the top 19% of scores ever for this game. Great work. Restock your COD points now, you cheeky bastards. You'd love that, wouldn't you? So, in my absence, there's been a lot of things that have set the internet on fire, such as the black market blackout, and also the Call of Duty 2016 news that it's going to be set in space. In space, the space-time continuum. I always like to talk about these subjects when the dust dies down a little bit, because I don't want to seem as though I'm just jumping on that bandwagon, because there are a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon for reasons that maybe it's got under their skin and they want to express their emotions and feelings about it. And also some people jump on the bandwagon simply because it's just a hype train and it can get them some views and some subs and things like that. And you know, there's a sort of backlash against those people where, you know, people really criticise them and say it's all view whoring, it's all about money and views and whatever. And my answer to that is whatever, you know, do whatever you got to do, as long as it's within reason and you're not sort of lying to anybody. I'm not going to mention any names when it comes to that kind of thing, but as long as you're not creating fake news, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to make a thumbnail saying COD 2016, let's discuss space news, or, you know, black market blackout, my views on this, all the more power to you. If that's how you need to grow your channel, then do what you got to do. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the black market blackout is just a little bit of a waste of time. I can't see the point of it. I understand why people do it, but I don't really condone it, if that makes any sense, because first thing I thought about it when I heard about the black market blackout was I thought it was going to be an attack against Activision for being such money grabbing whores, I suppose. But the actual reason why people are doing this black market blackout is simply because what you get in the supply drops is absolutely pish. It's, you know, if you want these camos, if you want these skins for your character, if you want these guns, it's more about the guns really. And then what people are saying is it's not fair. There's the percentage of what you get in your supply drops is pretty much pants, and I don't want to feel forced to have to part with my hard-earned cash just to get these things. Well, my answer to that is don't. Nobody's forcing your hand to do anything. I mean, I always save up my crypto keys to get the blue one. I always go for that blue supply drop, not the cheap common one. I always go for the more advanced one, and if I get a skin in there, then that's absolutely great. I mean, I use the profit, and I've been working so hard saving up my crypto keys to try and get a skin for my profit, and eventually I got one. I got, you know, some decent headgear, I got a decent outfit that I was happy with. Still only have his basic game-winning gesture or taunt. With these upgrades, you never stood a chance. You know, I like his Cockney accent, keeping the good British end up, and I haven't got any of them, so that frustrates me. But I don't feel the need to go out and purchase COD points just to, I don't know, fill this void in my life that isn't there. So I think the idea of these bigger YouTubers trying to sort of almost brainwash everybody into following their trail and say, this is what we do, this is what I think you should do, and let's teach those people at Activision a lesson, it's not going to work. Because as far as I'm concerned, for every 2 people that say, I'm not going to buy any, I'm not going to purchase any COD points because I'm going to make a stand, there's going to be another 300-400 people who are going to say, no, I'm going to purchase COD points. I want those skins, I want those camos, I want that gun, I want to just keep trying for that gun, and I don't want to have to play the game and work my ass off and acquire those crypto keys. Obviously, the better you do in the game, the more crypto keys you get. I can't be bothered. I want to part with my mother and father's hard-earned cash on their credit card and buy those COD points without them knowing, while they're sleeping safely in their beds thinking that everything's a-okay, when really their credit cards are getting raped and abused and pillaged. So my advice would be, if you really wanted to make a stand against Activision and teach them a hard-earned lesson in any way, shape and form, then just don't buy Call of Duty. Or, maybe everybody make a stand and say, right, on this day, for 4 days, we're going to have everybody just not playing Call of Duty online, and those figures will stand out. as far as COD points and COD purchases go, it doesn't really dent their pocket, as far as I'm concerned. I've tried these big stands before with Advanced Warfare. I tried to get a bit of a thing going to take out skill-based matchmaking, and I got a petition going, and I think it had about 2,000, 3,000 signatures, and there was a lot of YouTubers doing videos about it and trying to get people to sign it, and it got a hell of a lot of signatures, but skill-based matchmaking remained, and it just fell on deaf ears. So please don't force it down everybody else's neck. It's like the Jehovah's Witness of COD. Knocking on my door and saying, "Oh, is life troubling you? There is a way out, you know," and then get the door slammed in their faces as I was just in the middle of enjoying a pie and chips and a Guinness. Now, as far as this COD 2016, which, you know, I've already sort of covered, saying about, is it Ghost 2, is it Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, it would now appear that it's set in space, and I've got two thoughts on that. Number one is, no, anything but space, please. God, futuristic. Oh, no. My other thing about it is they did only really show a little bit of footage, and it was campaign gameplay. Now, campaign gameplay in Call of Duty can take place anywhere. We've had it underwater, I think we've had it on submarines, we've had it on a ship, we've had it in aeroplanes and helicopters. It can take place absolutely anywhere. So maybe it's just a part of the storyline where it takes place in space, where they're fixing some kind of, I don't know, what is it, a satellite or a drone or something? I don't know what it is, but, you know, then all of a sudden warfare breaks out and they're all of a sudden having a gunfight in space, which I don't know how that would work. In my opinion, with the gravitational pull, surely if you'd shoot somebody, the bullet would, I don't know, whatever. I honestly think it's too early for everybody to look at this thing and say, oh, it came from a great source, this guy's never wrong. Sometimes people can be wrong, sometimes people can make the wrong assumption and jump on the gravy train and hope that people will listen. And unfortunately they jumped in a little bit too early, and that's my opinion on that. It's too early to know anything yet. Unless we get some revealers that are sent by Activision themselves, we're not going to have any hardcore evidence and any proof that it's going to take place in space. It's going to be futuristic, super futuristic. Apparently it's going to make Black Ops 3 look like the Dark Ages. You know, I could put some Modern Warfare 2 on and that would make Black Ops 3 look like the Dark Ages as far as the graphics and the playability and the characters go. That's what I'm saying. I was being sort of sarcastic, you know, the lowest form of wit. But that's my thoughts on those two things. I really hope it is not a futuristic game, although as I explained in a previous commentary, I've got a feeling it will be futuristic, because at the end of the day, Sledgehammer have done their take on it, Treyarch have now done their take on it. It's only left for Infinity Ward not to go backwards and say, no, we're going to stand strong and we're going to go back in time to real time. They're going to say, well, this is our version of events, this is what we can throw on the table. Read 'em and weep, motherfuckers. I don't know, just my 2 cents. Apocalypse done.